Hi everybody, Carlo Mombelli here from Johannesburg, South Africa, sitting in my little space here. And welcome. Today I want to introduce you to just a little composition of mine called I Close My Eyes. And what I did to it to create a little bit of an edge, when you walk in and you hear other little things happening while you're having a conversation. So the piece is very simple. It's just, when I composed it was just basically 2 notes at a time in A flat here. Just 2 notes. Etc. It's a beautiful piece, and I envisioned a voice to sing the melody. So I recorded it on an album called Theory. That's Sia Makuzeni on voice, which is really, it's just intimate and very beautiful. But I needed something extra behind. I needed to hear when I'm out sitting in the garden, walking around or having a talk. There's always other little things happening, and it just gives it a little bit of an edge to the conversation. So when I'm listening to music or when I'm composing, and I want to be barefoot basically, and I don't want to be walking on cement. I want to have sand in my toes, and that's what I wanted to add. I wanted to add a little bit of grit to this. So I had as you know that I go to spring factories. I love the sound of springs. I just love the reverb. Here's my beautiful spring instrument there. So I found this exhaust pipe, and it's very solid. It's very dead. It's got a clunk sound. So I wanted to bring this thing to life. There was an instrument that I wanted to make that I saw when I was one year I was on a tour in Brazil, and I saw them play this instrument with the metal springs on. So I wanted to put springs on, but I couldn't drill into this thing. So I went to some place, I can't remember where I went, and they drilled holes in for me, and I put these special screws, nuts and bolts on or whatever. And I found these springs, and I put these springs on. Got a nice place to hold it here for me. It's a beautiful sound, but look what it's done to this instrument. So before it was like that, but now with the springs on, it's got a kind of a reverb to it. And then I thought, wait a moment, I could really use this in this piece of music if I found a way of playing it through my bass and looping it. So I have a little Jamman loop station on at the moment. So what I did is I realized that actually if I put this on my bass, and play it, I can can get a sound through the bass. And I can use it to create a little bit of dirt. So what I do is, look at, if I have to loop it now, okay, there I have it looping now. So it's just creating an atmosphere for me to play this. So that's going. I'm playing this, and then I was on many years ago, 2009. My wife and I, we went up to we went to India. We went to the northern part of India. We went up to an area up in the Himalayas called Ladakh. So we went to a town called Leh. So we had to take, actually we went with a military plane. They gave us a lift up to, my wife was working on a project there. And we went to Leh. We had to stay there. It was very high up. We had to stay there for 3 days our bodies to acclimatize, to try and feed oxygen into our blood, etc., etc. And then we took a Land Rover up the mountain, and then we went by foot. We went, these Buddhist these monasteries on the side of the mountains. I mean, we were surrounded by this. It was just incredible peacefulness, the stars, the silence. It was just incredible. And we stayed with this family. And I mean, we looked out of our window, our bedroom window. There was a glacier there, and they served us this terrible tea. It was tea full of butter, but it kept you warm. So we drank it. And out on the fields, there were these cows with like hair extensions or something. They had so much hair on them. They were called yaks. I mean, really furry things. Of course, for the cold. And they had these bells that the locals had beaten. They had made these little bells, and they sounded like church bells to me. And they sound very different to the bells that you see, the cowbells that you got in Switzerland. I've been to the Alps as well, and I love those bells when all those cows are walking around. There's so many of them, but the individual ones. So I bought one. I managed to buy one from a Buddhist local there, and he sold it to me. This has got a piece of wood on the inside. Just listen to this. So then I started taking this composition and started playing with the one hand, and I started playing this composition with the other hand. So and I realized it's kind of in the same key. Now, if I played this, I had my loop going. So I'm putting all these things together, and I can play the composition. Obviously, I'm not going to play the bell and play the bass at the same time. So on top of this, I'm actually playing these really obscure chords. because I didn't have that before I played that sound design. That sound design inspired me to start playing these chords, and take a listen to the recording, and till next time, thanks. Hey Luigi, hey my boy, how are you? This is Luigi. This is the dog that you sometimes hear in my videos. I'd just like to end off this little session, and I hope you enjoyed it. I just want to show you basically my book, that all the stuff that I show you, my compositions are found in a book. I put them all in a book called Pulses in the Center of Silence, and with beautiful scores of full lead sheets, full scores, and solo bass pieces. And I've put together a little bit of my approach on how I see music, things that are important to me. So I've got 5 chapters that I've written up front. The first chapter, the elements, which I feel are tone, time, taste, ears, and technique. And I speak about each of the elements. And then chapter 2, the 4 P's, passion, practice, perseverance, and passion, the journey to the elements. Chapter 3, composition and improvisation, my approach. I write about it, how I feel about it. And then originality, chapter 4. I really feel everyone is an original, and I'll give you an insight to how I feel about that. And then chapter 5, learning and teaching. I mean, can creativity be taught, etc. And so there's quite a. I hope it's going to be an inspirational bit of writing for you. And then you have all the compositions, and this you can get from real African publishers, Johannesburg-based publishing company, and see below for the link and the website for that. Until next time, peace and love, everyone.